as far as minus 60 degrees Celsius.
Wow, I would love to be there.
So it was a chilly existence, let's put it that way. But I went in there having never done anything in radio station management and managed to take a 3% market share from the CBC. So it was successful. And my skill, I suppose, was in marketing ideas. For example, I'd go to a store, create a commercial for them, take it back to them, they'd hear it and say, yeah, let's run it on the radio station. So I'm very practical and hands-on in that regard.
That's radio. Did you do anything for print?
Yes, I wrote and did some photography for a number of newspapers, mainly covering musical events. Bands like the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Powder Blues Band and groups like this in Canada for publication in the local papers, yeah.
One may wonder, where did I get you from? That put you on the interview. Where did we meet?
Well, we met, I'm sure you remember, on a lovely evening at the Bungalow Beach Hotel. You were presenting a fashion show and I was doing the singing and entertaining there on that night.
And now we meet on a regular basis watching our football. Our premiership.
Our only team.
I hope, yeah, our only team. And that is?
Manchester United, of course.
Glory,
now,
glory.
Molly, I don't know whether I told you, I have two favorite teams. Manchester United is one, and the other one is anybody who's playing against Chelsea.
For me, anybody playing against Man City.
Okay, fine. And Stoke City's playing them.
Very well. Very well.
As we speak, yeah.
Very well. Brian, eventually, I mean, after working in Canada, of course, you're British, and you eventually discovered Gambia. How did you come here?
Well, my wife had been coming here for a good number of years prior to my arrival, and in 2005, we decided we would come here for a couple of weeks and spent a lovely 2 weeks at the Bungalow Beach. I just fell in love with the place. For the people are just so friendly and accepting. The ones, I mean, I like to deal with nice people, like yourself. Okay.
And since then, you spent 6 months here and 6 months back home.
Yeah, we have a home in the UK, and we like to go back. We like to come here before the first frost and return after the last frost so that I can fix my garden. I have a garden there, I come here, I have a garden here, I'm constantly gardening.
Does that mean you come with a lot of money, or you do something here to survive those 6 months?
No, I grow seeds. I don't pay for my plants anymore, I grow seeds.
In the Gambia here?
Yeah.
So you're answering the call of the president, back to the land?
Absolutely. Go green, go Gambia, is what I say.
Very well. And what do you do with the seeds?
I grow flowers and vegetables and what have you, yeah. There's no space in my garden anymore. Everything's planted.
You sell them?
No, for my own consumption. Peppers, salad. We just planted some rocket the other day. My wife likes cress, we do that. And potatoes, we grow potatoes, some tomatoes. Thanks to my expert gardener, Usainu. He has the peppers going now.
I'm bewildered. If a Tubab comes to Gambia and goes back to the land, what am I waiting for?
Well, when they grow, we'll provide you with some peppers.
Well. Okay, Gambia. How long have you been here?
This time, we came in early November this time. But this is the 6th consecutive year that we've spent 6 months here.
Okay. Meaning that you must have known Gambia somehow. You have been going about. The people, tell us something about the Gambian people. What have you come to learn about them?
The smiling coast. Everybody has a smile. And people like to share a joke. I mean, for example, I got into a taxi, one of the local vans the other day with the sliding door. Fortunately, the door stayed on. But when I got in, the guy said to me, how far are you going? And I said, how about the craft market? He said, which craft market? I said, Manchester craft market. And the look on this guy's face, Malik, and everybody laughed in the tanka, and that was, I mean, that's the way the Gambians like it. Don't push them away. Make them part of your family, and I love it. And they accept me, I accept them. That's it.
I'm sure you must have an eye on the social life. What have you read about the social life of Gambians?
The social life seems to be very, very close-knit. I would say that the family unit is very, very important. And the amount of respect that's given by the younger generation to the older generation, I think to a certain extent in Europe, indeed, we're losing that. We don't talk to our children anymore. We sit them in front of the television and give them their PlayStation, and that's it. Here in the villages, or not necessarily in the villages, but a family unit, they sit and they listen to Grandpa. They listen to Grandma about the stories of old. And then when they have a new generation of children, they can pass that along. And I find to a certain extent, or to a pretty good extent actually, that we're losing that in the Western world, in the UK and Canada and the United States. The family life is very important here.
All right, let me turn your attention to tourism. You came here initially as a tourist, and now I think we should be thinking of even giving you an honorary passport. However, I have also been involved in tourism. Way back in 1972, I've been involved in tourism, entertainment, disc jockeying.
Since 1972?
72, I worked as a waiter.
You must have been about 3 years old when you started.
Oh, yeah. Won't discuss my age with you, but anyway, we were the first to open the hotel school. Remember that, 1972, 74, and I worked as a waiter. And then I decided, you know, well, with this, I have to go and do my high school stuff again. And anyway, but like I said, I've done a lot of stuff in hotels. I think all the hotels in the Gambia know Malik has done one thing or the other in our hotel. Now, you came here as a tourist. I've observed that most tourists who come here are repeaters. Some people who have come to actually retire and live in the Gambia. Tell us your perspective, your view of Gambia's tourism.
It's a thriving industry with so much potential. At the moment, I heard that tourism is responsible for 16% of the GDP, the gross domestic product. By 2015, I understand that, I may have my numbers slightly out, but by 2015 I understand that they want to make tourism responsible for 25% of the GDP. And there are a number of ways to do that. As you say, a lot of people are returned, but I don't know whether you know or not, and I'm not going to argue the facts. 60% of the people who come to the Gambia do not return. That means that only 40% do return. But the 60% who go back to the UK or Finland or Belgium or wherever, they're potential ambassadors for the Gambia. Of course, they show their photographs. I would advocate, and we did a trial run on this in Canada, is that each business owner and homeowner should be responsible for keeping the roadway clear from the outside of their property to the middle of the road. Easy. Start doing that in early childhood education. Tune the kids into picking up litter and to putting it in a safe place where it won't blow around. And if they see an adult dropping a sweet paper or something on the ground, say, hey, mister, pick that up. I don't like to look at that. How many people play football on the beach every day? You can walk from Lebato right down to the other side of the Combos and it's steady football. Each one of these footballers on Set-Setal should take a plastic bag with him and pick up the rubbish on the way to the beach. Within a month, you'd have a clean nation. Set-Setal does not mean sit and watch your neighbor clean his taxi. It means clean the nation. We have to be serious about it. And that alone would contribute, I would say, 2% more.
You've observed the Set-Setal going on.
Oh, I've seen it, yeah.
What do you feel about it?
Well, I get out in
People are not being responsible. They do not participate in it.
No, they sit and watch their neighbor clean his taxi and curse the fact that they can't get a ride until 1 o'clock. They just sit and watch the plastic bags blow by. You know, it's beyond me. I don't understand it. Be proud of your nation, Gambia. Go green. Go Gambia.
Brian, you don't drive. You don't own a car.
I don't own a car here, no.
You could own a car if you want to.
Yeah.